Welcome to the Growth Sport, a weekly AI podcast by the Second Baptist Church of Ann Arbor. This week we're diving deep into Dr. Stephen J. Daniels Sr.'s sermon.
O.M.W, On My Way.
O.M.W, On My Way, from Sunday, February 23rd, 2025.
Yeah, this one's all about showing up for the people we care about. And Dr. Daniels uses a really interesting blend of modern events and scripture to drive that point home.
I like how he starts right off the bat. He throws it into the middle of this whole chaotic scene.
Oh, yeah.
The Montgomery Riverfront brawl.
Yeah, have you heard about this?
I have.
It was all over the news. A simple disagreement about a boat docking just escalated into this full-blown brawl, people choosing sides, jumping into the fray.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So Dr. Daniels, he really paints a vivid picture of this whole thing unfolding. And there's this one guy who's outnumbered defending himself.
Right.
And then suddenly all these people are rushing in to help.
It's kind of crazy how it happens. He specifically highlights this one young man, Aaron Rudolph.
Okay.
He was on a nearby riverboat, and when he saw what was happening, he didn't even hesitate, just immediately jumped off the boat, swam to the dock, and joined the fight, defending this outnumbered guy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a powerful image of someone stepping up without hesitation, embodying that on my way spirit.
I like that.
That's exactly what Dr. Daniels wants us to think about.
Yeah.
How do we show up for our loved ones when they need us?
That's a good question. So then he takes this modern-day story, and he connects it to a story from the Bible,
Shamelessly.
Abram and Lot from Genesis 14. So Lot's captured. Word gets back to Abram.
Yep.
And Abram, without any hesitation, gathers up 318 men and sets off on this rescue mission.
Yeah, just like that.
318 people. That's wild. It wasn't like hopping in a car driving down the street. Like this was...
No, this was a serious undertaking. Yeah, and it's important to remember the context here. Abram didn't have any children of his own yet.
Okay.
He's leading this huge group, all fiercely loyal to him, to rescue his nephew. His deceased brother's son speaks volumes about his character, the importance of family, whether by blood or by choice.
I see.
And this wasn't just a quick trip across town.
No.
Dr. Daniels points out that Abram traveled 140 miles to rescue Lot.
Wow.
To put that in perspective for us here in Ann Arbor, that's like walking all the way to Grand Rapids.
Oh, wow.
And remember, they didn't have cars or paved roads back then.
Right.
So 140 miles on foot, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end there. After rescuing Lot, Abram chases the captors another 100 miles.
Oh, my gosh.
Making it a 480-mile round trip on foot. Talk about commitment.
That is commitment.
Yeah, that's some serious dedication to family. It really makes you think, would you go that far for somebody?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, obviously, in today's world, 480 miles might be a plane ticket away.
Right.
But are we willing to make those sacrifices, big or small, when someone we care about truly needs us?
That's the heart of Dr. Daniels' message, I think.
Yeah.
It's not just about these grand gestures, though.
Right.
He also talks about the importance of just being present in the everyday moments.
Yeah.
Offering support, just being someone our loved ones can always rely on.
Being that person they can call.
Exactly. It's those small acts of kindness, those phone calls to check in those moments where we put our own needs aside to be there for someone else.
Right.
It's that consistency, that unwavering presence that really builds trust, deepens relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. Something he brought up that I thought was interesting was this idea of smoke and fire.
Ooh, yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, he's basically telling us to discern when someone genuinely needs our help versus when they might be creating drama or avoiding responsibility for their actions.
Right.
It's about being supportive without becoming an enabler.
So it's not about just blindly rushing in to fix every problem.
Right.
But it's about offering support while also encouraging growth and accountability.
Precisely. And he even uses some humor to kind of illustrate this point. He talks about, those family members who always seem to call when they need financial help.
Oh, yeah.
And they say things like, we were just wondering if you could help us out with a little something something.
It's so relatable. We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all probably experienced that in some form or another.
But Dr. Daniels reminds us that true love requires more than just throwing money at a problem.
Exactly.
It's about understanding the root cause, offering guidance, sometimes having those difficult conversations about personal responsibility.
Right, and sometimes it means getting our hands dirty, as he puts it.
Yeah.
Helping others isn't always pretty or convenient.
Right.
He uses a very vivid example. If your family member is in the crack house, are you going to stand outside the house and pray? Or are you going to say a prayer and then go in and snatch them out?
Wow,
It's a powerful image.
It is.
That really drives home the point that, true love requires action.
Yeah.
not just good intentions. Sometimes we have to be willing to step outside our comfort zones and do what needs to be done, even if it's uncomfortable or messy.
And so he connects this back to Abram's journey.
Exactly.
To rescue Lot.
Yeah.
Reminding us that sometimes we might need to make similar sacrifices for our loved ones.
It might not involve walking hundreds of miles.
Right.
But it could mean traveling a long distance.
Yeah.
Giving up our time facing uncomfortable situations.
Putting their needs before our own.
Yeah.
Prioritizing their needs.
Exactly.
Even when it's inconvenient or challenging.
Uh-huh.
And so this on my way spirit, it's not just a one-way trait, is it?
No, absolutely not.
Dr. Daniels also emphasizes the importance of reciprocity in our relationships.
Absolutely. We should strive to be the kind of person that others can rely on.
Right.
But we also need to identify those people in our own lives who are truly there for us.
Right.
He asks a very thought-provoking question. Who are the key people in your life for whom you'd travel 480 miles?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It really makes you reflect on your relationships.
Yeah, the depths of them.
Yeah. Who are the people you can truly count on in times of need? And on the flip side, who sees you as that person for them?
Right. It's a beautiful example of mutual support and love. And it really makes you think, who are those people you would go the distance for? And who sees you as that person for them?
Right. And Dr. Daniels brings it all back to the ultimate example of that on my way spirit.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, he reminds us that no matter what mess we've gotten ourselves into,
right?
Jesus is already there, ready to help.
Yeah.
With no judgment, no hesitation.
It's comforting to know that we always have someone in our corner.
Absolutely. And he uses this powerful image of Jesus simply saying, I'm already here, just look up.
I like that.
You know, it's a reminder that we're never truly alone in our struggles.
And as he wraps up the sermon, he brings it all together with this really clever modern-day example.
Oh, yeah.
The iPhone's predictive text feature.
Uh-huh.
He has the congregation pull out their iPhones.
Yeah.
And pretend to text someone typing in O.M.W.
Right.
And, of course, the predictive text immediately suggests, on my way.
Every time.
It's such a simple thing.
I guess.
But it highlights how ingrained that phrase is in our culture.
Right. Even our phones recognize the importance of those three little words.
And the urgency they convey.
Exactly. If our phones know on my way deserves an explanation point, then our family and friends should know that on my way means we're truly coming.
Without a doubt.
No doubt.
So it's a powerful call to action, to be dependable, to be present, to let our actions speak louder than words, to embody that on my way spirit in all our relationships.
Yeah, he leaves the congregation with this final lingering question. So the question is, what will you do the next time they call? It's a question that really makes you stop and think.
Yeah, it makes you think about your own relationships.
Yeah.
And how you show up for the people you care about.
Will you be the one who hesitates, who makes excuses, who offers empty words? Or will you be the one who, without hesitation, says, I'm on my way?
Dr. Daniels' sermon really have a powerful reminder that we all have that capacity to be that on my way person in someone's life. It's a choice that we make each and every day in big ways and small.
So as you go about your week, remember the stories of Aaron Rudolph and Abram. Think about those key people in your life. How can you be more present for them?
Right.
How can you embody that on my way spirit in your relationships?
Go in peace, be blessed, and may the joy of Jesus be yours. We'll see you next week.